This is WLKY News Channel 32, Louisville.
Who wins this matchup today? Colts defensive end Dwight Freeney's gone to 3 straight Pro Bowls, still after his first sack of the season, up against the Jets' first-round draft pick, left tackle DeBrickashaw Ferguson. Their battle, one of several we'll watch in this game, coming to you in high definition by Sony. And it comes your way right after this.
Presenting Subway Fresh Buzz, a fresh look at teams creating a buzz this season. Subway, eat fresh. After months of hardship, the Saints have returned to New Orleans. Led by Drew Brees, Reggie Bush, and Joe Horn, the Saints have won their first 3 games and brought hope and joy back to the Big Easy.
Covered by the Saints for a touchdown! Oh, baby!
Subway Daytime Drama presents Reggie Bush in The Rookie.
I'll never play. Sure you will, kiddo. Just gotta stay hungry.
But if I eat this, I won't be hungry anymore.
Eat the sandwich! Subway Restaurants. Tasty new premium steak sandwiches like the blackened Cajun steak, hot and fresh from the oven, and the new steak and cheese. Subway, eat steak!
CBS Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome back to the Meadowlands, where the New York Jets have won the coin toss, and they will take the opening kick. Deep are number 34, Cedric Houston, the near side, and number 22, Justin Miller, on the far side. That is Martin Gramatica, signed last week for injured Vinatieri, and this kick is short. There is Pennington, with Kevin Barlow and DJ Askew in the backfield with him. Penalty markers fly. The throw to the near side, incomplete. Lavernius Cole slipped and fell, but let's get the call from referee Jerry
Offside, 98 defense, 5 yards, first down.
Let's take a look at that. Cole. Elvin Hayden makes his first NFL start in place of Nick Harper, who is not available. And this is Kevin Barlow on the carry.
Well, Greg, what we've got here, and look at the Jets. They're going to go no huddle. Chad Pennington is going to run this offense from the line. What you have here is a team that hasn't run the ball very well in the Jets against a team that hasn't defended the run well at all in the Colts. So if the Jets are going to get better running the football, this might be a good opponent for them.
They go with 5 wide receivers as Pennington spreads the field. Straight drop, hit from behind, lost the football. It is free, and the Colts cover it at the 26-yard line.
Well, we talked at the top about the pass protection for Chad Pennington. Take a look at the left side of your screen. That's DeBrickashaw Ferguson working against Robert Mathis. Mathis and Freeney will change up positions, and Robert Mathis with a speed rush collapses the corner and tomahawks the right arm of Chad Pennington before he's able to get rid of the football. What a disastrous start for Mangini's Jets. And you're a rookie left tackle. Your confidence is now rattled. I don't care how good you think you are. Your confidence is now shaken.
Josh Thomas on the recovery after the Robert Mathis sack, his third of the season, and Manning with prime field position at the Jet 26. Fakes to Rhodes. Plenty of time. And now off to the near side. That is complete to Ben Utek. And Utek down to about the 17-yard line. There's Peyton Manning, and the offensive line sworn to protect him. Left guard Dylan Gandy, the youngest in his second year out of Texas Tech. Terrific receivers in Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Dallas Clark. Dominique Rhodes will join with the rookie Joseph Adai to try to add balance on the ground. Second and a short one. And the give is to Rhodes, and Rhodes inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line. Eric Barton and Jonathan Vilma, and right off the bat, Dan, as you said, this Jet defense now going to be tested.
Well, it's really unfortunate when you get put in a hole the very first possession. Take a look at what happens for both of these clubs. The Jets defense, 6 touchdowns allowed in the last 7 possessions. That is really unacceptable.
This is Rhodes. Tries the left side to about the 6. Dwayne Robertson with the stop there.
One thing about this Indianapolis Colts team, they are such a reflection of their head coach, Tony Dungy. So even-keeled. They don't get real high. They don't get real low. They are a real blue-collar, business-like football team.
Manning for Rhodes. Rhodes inside the 5 to the end zone. So the Colts immediately jump on the opportunity to take a quick lead on the Jets.
And here in the early going, a tremendous surge by the Colts offensive line. Look at the green shirts moving backwards. Every Colt at the point of attack. Center Jeff Saturday, Jake Scott the right guard, Ryan Dean the right tackle. They just blew the Jets off the ball. A pretty easy touchdown for Dominique Rhodes.
And here is Gramatica. Gramatica's extra point attempt is good. And with 12:20 to go in the first quarter, Dominique Rhodes finds the hole in the Jet defense, and the Colts lead it 7-0.
Hi, Andy.
First down. Hey, Andy. Jalapeno or brat? Andy, jalapeno or brat?
Are you working or what?
Yeah. Make your NFL fantasy come true and take 10 friends to the Super Bowl.
Hi, Andy.
Enter at southwest.com/Super Bowl.
Something new to crave. Presenting the all-new CRV from Honda.
Why don't we have a wireless network like the Kumar Swamis?
Hello, neighbor.
Show-offs. Because ours is more exciting. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Which messages will I get? It's like a fun little surprise.
Last time wasn't.
Grandma's forgiven us now. Haven't you, Graham? She will.
Only one family share plan comes with America's most reliable wireless network. Join now, buy one VCast Samsung phone with a navigation system, get the second free. Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Thousands of miles from home.
We don't have any money.
What would you do?
Flowers. Selling like hotcakes, Ed.
Catch an all-new Amazing Race, CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
Tomorrow, Dave's All New with Pete Rose.
He also admits that several times he taped the game without the express written consent of Major League Baseball.
And Cecilia, the latest Survivor castaway, tomorrow.
Rough start for the day for the Jets' first-round draft pick out of Virginia, DeBrickashaw Ferguson. We said he'd be going up against Dwight Freeney, but on that play, Freeney and Robert Mathis switched sides, and Ferguson couldn't handle Robert Mathis. Mathis got the sack, and the Colts have the touchdown. A step inside the end zone. This is Justin Miller. Out across the 20, spins forward close to the 25-yard line. Ryan Lacasse with the stop, and DeBrickashaw Ferguson going to go back to work right after this.
There's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care. Don't hold back the world.
¡Lista! ¡Vamos! ¡Tiene la pelota!
La pasión por el fútbol americano comienza con los niños. El programa NFL Youth les brinda la oportunidad de aprender jugando.
¡Tiene campo abierto!
Un deporte al alcance de todos.
La pasión comienza contigo.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by Budweiser Select, brewed longer for a bold taste that finishes clean. Expect everything.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts, head coach Tony Dungy, they've got to like this from what happened a week ago when they had a tough time getting on the board against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were on in a hurry, courtesy of the turnover. Pennington going to start from the shotgun. And the handoff is to Leon Washington, and Leon Washington is just creamed at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it rained here all morning in the New York area, and the field is a little slick, so the backs are going to have to be careful how severely. And you see that cut that Washington tried to make right there. He never even got the soles of his shoe on the ground. He tried to cut off the side. That never works.
This is Kevin Barlow. And Barlow is spun backwards at the line of scrimmage by Gary Brackett.
Now the Jets, like a lot of teams in the league, are running a no-huddle offense. Not necessarily a hurry-up offense, but they're not leaving the line of scrimmage. You're trying to control the other team's substitution patterns. You're trying to dictate a little more to the defense. In a couple years, every team in the league is going to be doing it.
Brad Smith is in at wide receiver, rookie, on 3rd and 11. Pennington, quick pass to Smith, and Smith is going to get nowhere. He almost lost it. Cato June, the first man to hit him.
Well, that's such a quick screen, but when Brad Smith starts in the backfield like that, there's no chance of him getting hit. He can't get hidden when the ball comes to him that quickly. And Dwight Freeney, so fast, made an upfield rush, fell back into it, and almost knocked that pass away all by himself.
Deep is Terrence Wilkins, who returned a punt 82 yards a week ago against Jacksonville from the 30. Dodges the first wave and is up to the 40-yard line. 47-yard punt, 10-yard return, and Peyton Manning back on offense in just a moment.
Separate yourself from the herd. The Ridgeline, the 2006 Motor Trend Truck of the Year from Honda.
You're on a mission to get an amazing new TV this year, but you want to be absolutely sure you pick the right one. Circuit City makes it simple. That's because we've got thousands of online customer reviews that rate the hot new stuff. And right now, get no interest for 24 months on all TVs $4.99 and up. Plus, get up to 10% off TVs, only at Circuit City.
Want better my breakfast? It's a croissant sandwich.
I don't like French things.
What about the bikini?
French kisses?
That's gross.
What is French for creepy? I think it's la hythène.
No, that's my name.
Yeah, I know.
Egg, sausage, and cheese on a soft half-moon of buttery goodness. Chris Sandwich from BK.
Are the women turning on the men?
All of us feel a little threatened.
Or just turning them on?
Guys, sometimes we can't control ourselves.
Flirting with guys is what I do best.
And it's tough.
I felt terrible.
Times.
I'm really humble.
On the island.
I just don't feel like playing anymore. If someone doesn't want to be here, I'm not going to keep you here.
New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
Hey, Sunday Game Center is live on CBS Sportsline. Follow every game with lightning-fast scoring, challenge a friend in heads-up fantasy football, and play the hottest head-to-head trivia game on the web, Trivia Tower. It's all free at CBSSportsline.com. First down for Manning and the Colts, their own 40-yard line. This will be Dominique Rhodes, and Rhodes finds a little hole, squeezes through, and pulls his way forward to about the 48-yard line, where Eric Barton finally puts the stops on him.
Oh, man. The Colts are just destroying the Jets at the line of scrimmage. Look at this surge going backwards. Dominique Rhodes not even challenged until he's 6 or 7 yards downfield. They have got to tighten up in a hurry.
To keep it on the ground, Rhodes trying to get outside, spins across midfield and has enough for the first down. Justin Miller coming up from the cornerback position, but you're right, if the Jets don't take a defensive stand on the ground game fairly soon, it could become a bad trend today.
Oh, because, let me see, can 18 do play action very well? Yes, he can. You have got to try to, and this is a team that hasn't established the run yet since Edgerrin James went to Arizona. And yet they're doing it here in the early going against the Jets.
Play fake here. Manning can't get away and goes down, courtesy of Sean Ellis.
Well, Peyton makes the play fake and tries to go outside, but Sean Ellis is way too far upfield. Peyton just made a bad choice in trying to escape them. If he would have stepped up, he had room, but trying to get away deep and outside, Sean Ellis was there. And oh, did the Jets need that?
Since the 03 season, Manning, 53 sacks, fewest among quarterbacks who throw 1,000 or more times. On 2nd and 23, they're going to keep it on the ground, and Dominique Rhodes came close to breaking it. Victor Hobson tripped him up.
And if Victor Hobson wouldn't have tripped him up, that would have been good for at least another 10 yards. And he barely got it. Well, here's a chance for the Jets defense now to get off the field against a team that is the best in the NFL at converting third downs. They lead the league, the Colts, by a wide margin.
Manning looking at a 3rd and 16. Here comes the blitz. Down the middle, incomplete.
Well, thank you, Sean Ellis, if you're a New York Jets fan. Thank you, Sean Ellis, for disrupting that drive and forcing an Indianapolis punt. And Eric Mangini was doing just that.
Thank you, Sean. Tim Dwight, number 17, back to receive the kick at about his own 10-yard line. And Hunter Smith, who comes into this game averaging about 45 yards a punt, gets it away. High and long. We have a penalty marker down as this one bounces into the end zone. It's right around midfield, and the Jets are saying this is against Indy. And the initial indication is holding.
I think he might be happy taking the ball at the 20-yard line.
Here's Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach for the Jets.
And he might be able to add it on. Let's see what Jerry Austin says.
Holding, number 48 of the kicking team. 10 yards from where the ball is dead at the 20-yard line. Be 1st and 10 at the 30.
So you can add that on now at the net result of the play, which was a touchback. So those penalties now really do count. They just don't get waved off.
We may be out of here by 2:30 today, Dan. We'll take a timeout.
Who's faster, Sprint Mobile Broadband or Singular's Edge? Sprint Mobile Broadband gives you the power to download 5 times faster than Singular's Edge. Work faster with Sprint Mobile Broadband. Get a free mobile broadband card. Visit sprint.com/mobile broadband.
Introducing the new Sicilian lasagna pizza from Pizza Hut. Hearty beef topping and a blend of mozzarella, creamy ricotta, and Parmesan cheese, all on a seasoned crust. It's just $10.99. Right now for just $5 more at any medium one-topping pizza.
Life is full of ifs. If in the blink of an eye, my 6-year-old has turned 16. If my family's future means the world to me. Choosing the right life insurance to protect life's ifs doesn't have to be as complicated or as costly as you think. MetLife is the largest provider of life insurance in the U.S. We help you create your personal safety net by listening to your needs, filling in gaps, and building on what you already have to help you prepare for life's many ifs. After all, we're MetLife.
Cat-like reflexes, the Fit, new from Honda, the Fit is go.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM. What makes you special? And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, it's in the NFL. Is it in you?
Back at Giant Stadium, pretty good field position for the Jets and Chad Pennington, their own 30-yard line. And they had a little bit of a spark on defense that last series. Let's see if it transfers to the O. Here's Kevin Barlow. And that's going nowhere.
Well, without Curtis Martin, the Jets' running game has not really gone anywhere. And if you look at that number there highlighted on the left at 2.6 yards per carry, that is really anemic. And at the very bottom, 12 yards, the longest run they've had all year. They're going to work on it today. As we talked about, the Colts not real good at defending the run. It's a good day to get better if you can.
2nd and 10 for Pennington. And they'll give it to Barlow, and Barlow isn't going anywhere. Gary Brackett broke into the backfield and made the stop. Loss of yardage on the play.
Again, this trying a misdirection. They start right, and it's a counter coming back to the left side. But again, the Colts looked like they were in the Jets huddle. No movement at the point of attack. Brackett upfield, not a chance.
Jets have had to fill in the loss of Curtis Martin, who was on the physically unable to perform list. You talked with Coach Mangini about Curtis.
He said Curtis is there every day in every meeting taking notes. Eric Mangini thinks Curtis really desperately wants to try to give it a go when he comes off the PUP list.
Pennington under pressure, going down at about the 25-yard line. Monte Rager.
Well, if you can't run the ball, you are just really at the mercy of this ferocious pass rush. Again, a little play action, but nobody from the Colts is buying it. Initially, Chad had time to set and throw. If that was a timing pattern, he had room and time to plant. Nobody open.
Wilkins circling under this one. Juggles it, but holds on to it and goes down at the 34-yard line. 6:01 to play. Exchange of kicks. Colts still lead it 7-0.
Rock and roll, give me rock and roll is stereo.
Super Tail Action. Attention, the Fit, new from Honda. The Fit is go.
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp, finish clean. Stay cool in the heat. Gatorade Rain.
Donovan McNabb is driven, motivated, hungry.
Hungry enough for Campbell's chunky New England clam chowder.
Feed your NFL-sized hunger. Campbell's Chunky. Meals that fill you up right.
Part of being a CSI is learning to work in the absence of absolute certainty. There is no such thing as an insignificant detail. Don't just look for what you think you're going to find. Questions?
How do you deal with the smell?
You get used to it.
Why do you do it?
Because the dead can't speak for themselves.
The NFL and television go back nearly 70 years. This season, NFL Network invites you to a new football tradition.
With a telecast you'd expect from NFL Network, made by football people, for football people. Great matchups on the run to the playoffs. Join us for a new football tradition.
It all begins this fall, only on NFL Network.
You look at that graphic, and it is not a good day thus far for the New York Jets. They have not made any progress. Meanwhile, Peyton Manning, first thing he told us last night when we talked with him is the running game is important this week. And they're making it a priority. The rookie, Joseph Adai, is in the backfield and gets his first carry of the day. And it's a good one out across the 40 to about the 43.
And it's like every play the Colts are running looks exactly the same. It's just the Jets defensive line getting blown off the ball. Do you know what a wonderful game it is when you get 9 yards running the ball on first down?
On 2nd and 1, it's Adai again. And Adai powers his way to midfield. Adai was the young man last week when the Colts were in the red zone and Manning faked the handoff to him, kept it on the naked bootleg and scored. And Peyton says, no one knew I was going to do that except me. And Joseph Adai told us last night he text message Peyton and said, you stole my touchdown.
Yeah, and Peyton said, you're a rookie, be quiet.
First down midfield, Indianapolis. Adai. About 2.5 yards. Dwayne Robertson with the stop.
Dwayne Robertson finally got off a block and made a tackle reasonably close to the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard gain is a huge victory here for the Jets. Again, you don't want to pile on, but they have got to stand firmer at the on the defensive line at the line of scrimmage. They got to play the game close to the line of scrimmage, not on their heels.
Adai, near side. Inside the 45 to the 44, Justin Miller made the stop.
Well, if you can force a running back to make this big of an alteration, you've done your job. And again, Sean Ellis, the guy that really blows that thing up at the line of scrimmage, and then it's a pursuit. But again, Sean Ellis again coming up with a good play for the Jets.
And now a 3rd and 3, and once again the fans come alive. Little movement up front. That was number 71, Ryan Deem. And this will back up the Colts.
71 offense. 5 yards. Let's go 3rd down.
Now, Ryan Deem has also been playing with a case of hurts, and you can't blame him if he tries to get a little extra jump on the play.
He had a hamstring problem that was bothering him last week before their game with Jacksonville, and now it's a thumb that's had him on the injury report. But that is really uncharacteristic for the Colts. They're pretty cool customers at the line on the road.
Third and 8. And Manning wants a timeout. First timeout taken by the Colts. We'll take a break and come back.
This hurts more than shopping for auto insurance.
Suck it up, champ. Esurance takes the pain out of it.
But I need collision coverage now.
With some of the fastest quotes on the web, Esurance makes it easy to save on auto insurance.
That's why thousands of drivers switch to Esurance every week.
Esurance has got you covered in every season.
Quote by
Touchdown! If you're on the go, you've got to have Esurance.
Get your fast, free auto insurance quote. Visit Esurance.com today.
Greg Gumbel, Dan Deerdorf, and our CBS Sports crew back at Giant Stadium. 3rd and 8 for Manning. Under 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and the Colts with a 7-0 lead. On the blitz, Manning squeezes out and throws it away. Incomplete. Joseph Adai looked like he could have been the intended receiver, but Manning was fortunate just to get rid of it and avoid the sack.
Well, it's another reminder of what a big man Peyton Manning really is, because he really does get caught. You'd think right there that he's going to go down. Eric Coleman, the safety's got him. Watch this. Here comes Coleman, 26. He's got him, but he slides off. Manning gets away. And no way that was intentional grounding. There was a receiver.
Hunter Smith, line drive kick. And Tim Dwight's going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll sideways and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line at about the 3. Terrific kick by Hunter Smith, and Pennington is going to start with his back against the wall. We'll take a moment to remind you tonight on CBS, an episode of Without a Trace that breaks all the rules right after Cold Case tonight at 10, 9 Central here on CBS again this season, America's most watched network.
Greg, do you know what we've seen so far out of the Colts on offense? They look great running the ball, but every time they try to pass, it hasn't looked good at all.
These are not your parents' Indianapolis Colts.
Jeez, this is really unusual. They haven't done anything in the passing game. They've looked superb running. Now, unfortunately, the Jets are looking at a long field.
Ball is spotted at the 4-yard line, first down from the New York 4. Pennington will give to Barlow, and Barlow not making very much headway at all against this small but extremely quick Indianapolis defense. Gilbert Gardner made that stop.
And keep in mind that you've got an offensive line here for the Jets that, you know, has 2 rookies on it. It's a new system. You know, they're a new offensive coordinator there in Brian Schottenheimer. You know that there are going to be growing pains. And again, as you allude to, a very veteran defensive unit. This team is very much a work in progress. Don't lose sight of the fact they were 4-12 last year for a reason.
On 2nd and 9, Pennington throws and hits his man. That's the tight end, Chris Baker, out to about the 10-yard line, maybe to the 11. That's where forward progress will be marked. As we approach 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter, Jets have yet to score a point in the first quarter this season, and if they're going to do it, they're going to have to go a long ways in a hurry.
Now we're in the 4th game of the year, but you're right, and that's that's something that, you know, you can win ball games without scoring in the first quarter, but it's something that the offense, you know, they talk about in the meetings. They're going, come on, we gotta, you put it, there's a little self-induced pressure on an offensive team when you know that thing's floating out there like that.
Brad Smith back on the field, and he's the quarterback. He takes the snap, and he finds running room out across the 15 to about the 19-yard line and a first down.
Well, Brad was a tremendous college quarterback at the University of Missouri. He's a very good passer, but he's an even better runner. And he's made the conversion to wide receiver, and that is just good, smart football, putting him in that position.
Here's a quick pass out here, and that's not going to count.
Now, this is going to go against the Jets. They rushed it. Chad rushed it, I think, before they were set.
Ball start, 68 offense, 5 yards. It's still first down.
It's Anthony Clement, the right tackle. There's Brad Smith, though.
Wow, this guy, what a magnificent career he had at Missouri in the Big 12. It just said, look at that. He had 8,000 passing yards and 4,000 rushing yards. First guy ever to do that in NCAA history. And, you know, you hear it all the time, Greg. Is he going to be the new Antoine Randall L., who was a quarterback at Indiana? You know, a little premature to say that, but there are a lot of similarities. Let's put it that way.
It's an intriguing situation that coaches have, because you're getting guys who can do more than one thing in the game, and the idea is to figure out how you can best use them.
Versatility is a good thing.
Second and 12. Pennington outside, incomplete, intended for Lavernius Coles, and we get our first NFL Today update from JB in New York.
Hey, Greg and Dan, a milestone for Drew Bledsoe, the Cowboys, as he hooks up with Terry Glenn on his 13-yard strike. Bledsoe surpasses our own Boomer Esiason for 13th all-time in touchdown passes with 248. Dallas on top, 7-3. Back to Greg and Dan.
Well, JB, get Boomer off the floor.
Well, if I know Boomer, he's going to deny it.
It never happened.
Third and 12. Pennington's going to give it to Leon Washington. Little running room. Out to the 19-yard line, though, and the fans don't like it as Brackett and Cato June make the stop, and we're in the final 21 seconds of the first quarter.
That last pass that was attempted from Pennington to Coles, Coles was open, and Chad just the ball floated on him and went a little farther to the outside. That would have and really should have been a completion.
We have come to the end of the first quarter. Our score, Indianapolis 7 and the Jets nothing. We'll come back to the Meadowlands after this. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
You could say food's my life. I watch my diet. Still, my cholesterol's a little higher than my doctor and I want it to be. We talked about statins, which are a good option. For me, he chose a medicine that helps lower cholesterol differently. Zetia.
Most cholesterol medicines work mainly with the liver. Zetia works in the digestive tract, as do some other medicines, but Zetia is unique in the way it helps block the absorption of cholesterol that comes from food.
And Zetia, along with a healthy diet, lowered bad cholesterol by as much as 30 points. That's 18%. It complements what I've been doing lately, like eating healthy and exercising.
Zetia may not be right for people who have ever had liver problems, are nursing or pregnant, or may become pregnant. Your doctor will decide if Zetia is right for you. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect and should be reported to a doctor right away. Common side effects included tiredness and stomach pain.
So eat healthy and ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you. Now you can tell everybody that a waitress gave you a tip.
Zetia. It's a different way to help fight cholesterol.
Let's say I retire at 64.
At 60.
58.
Let's say I leave my job in 5 years and start teaching.
We help the kids buy their first house.
Let's say healthcare costs double. We hold off tapping into our 401k.
What would that look like?
Welcome to Envision with Wachovia Securities, a way of working with our financial advisors that starts with your life and plans your money around it. Are you with Wachovia?
Congratulations, your own team.
Grab your gear, we're heading out.
She was profiling men
to find a husband.
Looks like she found herself a psycho.
Speed dating?
Video surveillance glasses.
Oh! Remove your hand or I will rip your arm off and beat you to death with it.
New NCIS, CBS Tuesday.
J.E. Jets. Here comes the second quarter on CBS.
And as we start the second quarter, Terrence Wilkins will be deep to receive. Not all that deep. He's up at about his own 33-yard line. And Ben Graham kicks it away for the Jets. Wilkins drifting back from his 21 to the 30 and down the sideline and steps out of bounds at about the 35. It has not been a superlative start today for the New York Jets.
No, they're down 7-0. The first drive, it resulted Robert Mathis stripping the ball from Pennington. The Colts ran the ball in. They just stuffed it right down the Jets' throat. Chad Pennington back again under pressure, dragged down by Monte Rager. And really an inability to run the ball to get anything going in the running game has really handicapped Eric Mangini's Jets here in the first quarter.
They have had difficulty gaining yardage. And now the Colts back on offense, a die behind Manning on first down.
Well, they lost the battle at the line of scrimmage in the first quarter.
A dive. Squeezes through a hole on the right side out to about the 38.
Well, we talked about the Jets in their first quarter woes. They still now through 4 games haven't scored in the first quarter. And yards per completion, yards per rush, those are well, I'm trying to be kind. Woeful.
Woeful is good. Woeful works.
Okay, thanks.
A dive, the other side. And across the 40 to about the 42, where Brian Thomas makes the stop. You know, I said it jokingly, but these are not your parents' Indianapolis Colts. Who runs the football like this when you're wearing the Colts blue and white?
Well, because Edgerrin James is gone, because Adai is a rookie, because Rhodes is really not all that seasoned of a player. They really need to forge a running identity. And clearly that's what they came to work on today.
And now Manning looking at a 3rd and 3.
And whither Marvin Harrison.
Manning with time, throws over the middle, incomplete, off the fingertips of Ben Utek, and the Colts will have to kick it away.
Again, the Colts continue to struggle in the passing game. Utek appears to be open, and the ball from Peyton Manning looks like it just floats on him. Utek is open, and Utek, a huge guy at 6'6", but Peyton throws it too high. He even overthrows a guy like Utek. So, wow, uncharacteristic.
Manning's 1 out of 4 for 9 yards. And Hunter Smith, sky-high kick. Fair catch called for. We have a penalty marker down, and the diving catch made by Tim White. But let's check the penalty marker.
If this is against the Jets, the yardage would give Indianapolis a first down. If it was prior to the kick, although it doesn't appear to be with him talking to Mangini.
Holding, number 48 of the kicking team. 10 yards will be tacked on from the end of the play. 1st and 10, the Jets.
That's Justin Snow, the long snapper. 13:22 to play, first half. Jets will have the ball right after this.
Morning. Hi. That'll be $20.
I'd like to pay for a couple of his shirts, too. And can you give me my card, please?
Sure.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
Endless Shrimp is back at Red Lobster. Treat yourself to endless amounts of 5 irresistible shrimp favorites, like decadent scampi, freshly hand-breaded fried shrimp, and creamy shrimp pasta. For limited time, only at Red Lobster.
I changed my oil. Why worry about engine sludge?
You can't see sludge coming, but it can rob gas mileage and hold your car back.
Yeah, right.
Castrol GTX has an improved formula to stop sludge in its tracks.
Give me a burger, fries.
GTX's new dispersants neutralize sludge for superior protection among leading 5W and 10W30s.
And some extra napkins.
Castrol GTX. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
I was looking for a smarter way to migrate from Unix to Linux. Fortunately, I get advice from a partner who does it every day.
We're looking for 2 of our own, 1 alive, 1 not.
Every mission has one rule.
We can't leave Billy out there. Don't intend to.
No man left behind.
You gotta haul him in. We got company. They set the trap.
This is not to say that these two won't light it up as the day wears on, but it's safe to say they have not lit it up as yet.
First guy to 10 yards wins.
from the 35. Pennington will throw. And has his man, and that is tight end Sean Ryan, to the near side, a pickup of about 6 yards. Coming into this game, Pennington, number 3 in the NFL in yards per completion, and Manning right behind him at number 4.
Well, Chad came into this game with a quarterback rating of 103.4, and that is just awesome.
On 2nd and 4, this is Houston. Houston met at the line of scrimmage, spins forward for a couple of yards. Mike Doss coming up from his safety position to make the tackle, and it'll be 3rd and about 1.5 yards. We'll probably call it 3rd and 1.
And when you consider what Chad has undergone with the dual rotator cuff surgeries, to come off and get off to this kind of a start that he had prior to today, I don't care if you're a Jets fan or not, it's a feel-good story. You have to feel good for somebody who fought the odds and has come back the way he has. And inside, you hope it lasts.
3rd and 1. Double tight end. And the give is not going to go. Lavernius Coles on the receiving end. There's a marker on the far side. I'll admit it, I was fooled.
Well,
illegal motion, number 86 of the offense. Came to the line of scrimmage and did not reset.
Chris Baker was not quite set at the snap of the ball.
Boy, that negates the best-looking play either team has run so far today, I think. And he finally got Coles with just a masterful piece of play action. Peyton Manning is the guy that's recognized as the maestro of play action. Chad got his attention with that. That was beautiful.
So the line of scrimmage is now the 39-yard line, and it's a 3rd and 6.
And again, that graphic telling you the Jets killing themselves.
Pennington on the move, now throws complete across midfield. Tim Dwight to the 46-yard line of the Colts and a 1st down.
And nice job by Chad of not doing anything spectacular, but moving enough. He's going to move to his left, feels the pressure, but look, never takes his eyes off of downfield, where he finds Tim Dwight, who breaks off his pattern and becomes a target. That was a good job of Pennington, moving but never breaking focus.
So a little offensive life by the Jets. Cedric Houston in the backfield on 1st down from the 46. And they'll give it to Houston. Right side, running room, inside the 40, inside the 35-yard line to the 33.
Well, he's going to get to the outside because of a good block by number 88, Sean Ryan, who got away with a little bit of a hold, I think, against Gilbert Gardner, but uncalled. And so another big 1st down play for the Jets.
Scarce in the 1st quarter. They're rolling in here in the 2nd. 10:25 to play in the 1st half. Movement up front. Markers fly. Pennington down the middle. Wide open at the 15-yard line is Cotchery. Cotchery to the end zone. Did he get in? Touchdown.
A wonderful hard count by Chad Pennington drew the Colts off sides, and then, as what will happen sometimes, a defensive line lets up a little bit when they know there's a penalty. With great pass protection, Chad is able to find Cotchery across the middle, and then he finishes it off. Stiff arm and a leap for a touchdown.
Cotchery's 3rd touchdown of the season. The extra point attempt is good. And we have a penalty marker on the play. It's going to be against the Jets.
This is going to be a holding call against New York. But that was the 2nd time.
Holding, number 86 of the kicking team. 10 yards, redo the try.
That penalty is on Chris Baker. Let's go back to that play.
Here's a hard count, and you see he did it without a head bob. He got Darrell Reed to come across into the neutral zone, but after that, you could just see that the rest of the Colts defensive line, they just didn't rush with their normal intensity, and completely sealed off by the Jets offensive line, and they paid big time for it.
The Jets managed 14 yards on their first 4 drives of the game. They went 65 yards on that one, and this is now a 30-yard point after attempt by Mike Nugent. And it's good. 10-10 to play in the first half. Chad Pennington has his Jets on the board. We're tied at 7.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves. They happen every day.
Hey, Teddy, I hate to bother you. You sent my melon to Peyton, P-E-Y.
Groceries, $41.
That's awesome, man. Charlie!
Oil change, $25.
Good, too. Decaf!
Lunch,
Decaf!
$12.
Great shift today, guys. Nice salad bar.
Your favorite players.
Yes.
Priceless.
Yes. Yes!
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
You signed the bread to my little brother. He loves you.
Oh, Hoodie. Monument to the durable. Fast friend. Uncomplaining sucker of sweat. In our most trying times, you still tried. When other garments stopped at the neck, you said, oh no, the head needs a garage. Our arms would pull off well before yours, yet this is how we treat you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Ford. Bold moves, they happen every day. Dell, it's much more than technology. It's a Dell. And by Subway. Yummylicious sandwiches on freshly baked bread. Subway, eat fresh.
You know, thanks to 42, if you leave this stadium and you can't spell Jets at the end of the day, you haven't been paying attention. Well, onside kick. And it's taken by the Jets at the 43-yard line.
What a gutsy call.
Kerry Rhodes picked it up, caught it in midair, and really was uncontested.
Boy, did the Colts get caught sound asleep with that. All right, let's take a look at it here. It's a perfectly executed, driven right into the ground. It takes an enormous hop up into the air, and the Colts just really caught napping. But that, you couldn't execute that thing any better than that. That ball must have driven, Nugent must have driven that ball 30, 40 feet into the air.
Special teams coach Mike Westhoff makes his presence felt. First down. Jets, their own 43-yard line. Play fake for Barlow. Pennington throws to the far side. That's pulled in by Cotchery, and Cotchery breaks free inside the 40 to the 39.
Well, you can feel it. This is not the Colts. This is not the Jets, rather, we saw in the first quarter. Look at that catch by Jericho Cotchery of a ball that was high and behind him. Oh, that was really beautiful.
18-yard pickup on the play.
And then to make something happen after going after it like that.
This is Barlow. And Barlow finding a little better running room in the middle of that Colt defense to 34. And Peyton Manning can only watch and wait his turn. Once again, without a huddle on 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barlow. Barlow still on his feet, dragging a tackler to the 31.
And now did they just change jerseys at the end of the quarter? Did somebody else come in here and just replace the Jets? Because they are now playing with an intensity, they're playing with an enthusiasm and a confidence that they didn't show any of in the first quarter.
Clock continues to move, coming up on 8:45 to play in the first half. 3rd and 2. Barlow surging forward to the 30-yard line. That's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. Decision time for Eric Mangini. What's he going to do?
Well, it would be about a 46, 47-yard field goal, and less than a yard for the first down. They're going to go for it.
Brad Smith comes onto the field, as does Tim Dwight and Leon Washington.
The wind doesn't seem to be much of a factor here at the Meadowlands. A lot of time it really swirls, but if you look at the pylons, there's not a whole lot going on down on the field.
And now the Jets are going to talk about it. They take a timeout and stop the clock, just under 8 minutes to play in a 7-7 tie.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But, Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
So I get football 24/7 with Dish Network.
24/7. Come on, man, you gotta feel it.
I feel it.
No, you have got to feel it.
All right.
You're getting games every night of the week.
Okay.
It's about half the price of digital cable.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get the lawnmower.
Get football 24/7 and games every night of the week. Just $24.99 a month for 10 months. Dish Network. Better TV for all.
Rick Wilcoxon is a real Geico customer, not an actor. So to help tell a story, we hired an actor.
Originally, I switched to Geico to save money, but then I was in an accident.
Yeah, that's right. I was in an accident.
I got on the phone and called Geico.
Yeah. Hello. Hey, how's it going?
After a few days, I had my repair check. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I got the check. Got my car fixed. It's my birthday. Fixed my bumper. New taillights.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
It's my birthday.
The only cure for a natural disaster is a human response. Help the NFL and United Way rebuild communities. Find out how at unitedway.org.
Thousands of miles from home.
We don't have any money.
What would you do?
Flowers. Selling like hotcakes, yeah.
Catch an all-new Amazing Race, CBS tonight after 60 Minutes.
Twice previously this season, the Jets have gone for it on 4th down and been successful once. They're looking at a 4th and 1 here at the 30, and Brad Smith is at the quarterback position.
And Pennington split all the way to the left.
Smith with the pitch to Washington. Washington, first down to about the 27-yard line.
Geez, there looked to be confusion at the line of scrimmage. The Jets didn't even look like they got off on the snap count. Look at that. Nothing going on at the line of scrimmage, but Brad Smith sacrifices himself, and then it is all Leon Washington. That single-handedly a Jet first down because of Washington's skills.
5 Jet first downs this quarter to none for the Colts. Pennington gonna go for it all. Coles, incomplete. Contact as they approach the goal line, but no penalty flag. Jason David was there with Coles.
Well, right off the bat, Chad recognized where he had single coverage. He knew the safety wasn't going to get there in time to be a factor of this. So let your best player try to make a play. Contact, but the key, if you'll notice, both guys have their head turned playing the football. Jason David has as much right to that football as does Lavernius Coles.
2nd and 10. This is Barlow, right side, gets a nice block, cuts inside of it to about the 22, maybe the 21-yard line. Josh Thomas with the stop.
Boy, and now the Jets offensive line that wasn't getting it done at all in the first quarter now. Look at the better surge. Look how they're sticking and holding on to a block. They're locking up with a guy. That time Anthony Clement, the right tackle, did a pretty good job of getting on a guy and running with him.
All of this keeping Peyton Manning on the sideline. 3rd and 4.
Chad doing his little Peyton impersonation.
Quick drop over the middle, and that's complete to about the 15-yard line. Tim Dwight pulled it in, took the hit, and a marker flies. Boy, what a shot he took from Robert Mathis. Here's Jerry Austin.
After the play's over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 98 of the defense. Application to the goal, first down.
There's Tim Dwight going down, and Robert Mathis comes in and spears him. You can't come in and lead with your helmet and hit a guy the way he hit Tim Dwight. Yeah, that's been out for a long time.
Robert Mathis, the youngest of 6 kids, guilty of that one, and slipping coming out of the backfield is Cedric Houston.
Again, it rained this morning, and obviously the field is still just a little slick. And some of the players we've seen have had trouble adjusting and have gotten a little too far on the outside of their cleats and gone right down.
That puts the line of scrimmage back to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Need little shorter steps. Make sure you keep your spikes underneath you.
5 wide receivers for Pennington. And now Houston into the backfield. The give is to Houston. Houston running room to the 5. Twisting his way to the 3-yard line. Antoine Bethea made the stop.
Well, right now, the Jets are doing what we talked about at the beginning of the game that they tried to do but couldn't. They're running the ball against the Colts, which everyone this year has done. The Colts have been gashed by everybody they've played. That's Ron Meeks, their defensive coordinator. He's been at it for 5 years, but he has had trouble getting his guys to defend the run. And right now, they're the ones back on their heels.
The 11th play of this drive. 3rd and goal from the 3. Pennington under pressure, throws. It is incomplete at the goal line, and here comes the marker. Bethea closed on Cotchery. The officials say it's a bit too soon.
Pass interference on the defense. Automatic first down.
Well, Antoine Bethea is a rookie, their 6th-round draft choice. He tried to time that hit, but you could see where he got there and made contact when the ball was still 3 or 4 yards away from Cotchery. He's having to fill in for Bob Sanders being gone. Keep in mind Marlon Jackson's gone.
Barlow, the deep man in the backfield. 1st and goal. Barlow, touchdown. Kevin Barlow's 3rd touchdown of the season.
Well, Mr. Gumbel, it has been a while since I've seen a team completely change identities the way the Jets have here from the beginning of this game to the way they look right now. And Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach, a perfectly executed onside kick got this deal started.
Nugent, the extra point is good. With the call, Eric Mangini being very Bill Cowher-like. It's 14-7. Jets.
You think you got game machine? All right, let's see what you got.
Come on, breathe. Come on, breathe.
Diet Pepsi.
I can do this all day, baby.
Breathe in, breathe out. Restless, waiting for anything. So come on, come on, come on now. Let's go, let's jump right in, screaming to the wind, feed the fire within. I can't ignore this burning in my soul. Come on, baby, let's go.
There's a car company for people like that. Ford. Bold moves.
Found it under the bed.
That, by the way, not mine.
Did you want it?
No.
I had such a nice time tonight.
Lena?
Waiting naked in a girl's bed wearing whipped cream undies does not work. Usually.
Is no one in here?
Yeah, hey, Robin.
You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 41. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon Wireless and by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
The last time these teams lined up like this, Mike Nugent's onside kick was recovered by Kerry Rhodes, and the Jets took it from there. There's Terrence Wilkins, fully expecting a kick at his own goal line.
I don't think they'll take this kickoff for granted.
Nugent takes a more direct line to the ball this time, and this is Wilkins. Lost the football, picks it up at the 1. Shakes a couple of tacklers, but he is down at the 15-yard line.
Well, again, we talked about what a transformation for the New York Jets. Chad Pennington right across the middle. Jericho Cotchery. Look how he finishes his off with a stiff arm. And then Mike Nugent with a perfect onside kick that totally surprises the Colts. And then Leon Washington on 4th down after the pitch from Brad Smith. That great effort, and then just an overpowering run into the end zone by Barlow. And again, the Jets, they changed clothes. They changed their temperament, their enthusiasm. Can they keep it going defensively?
Peyton Manning back on the field for the first time in a long time. Play fake. All kinds of time. Throwing down the middle. It is caught at the 45 by Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne playing with a heavy heart this week. Playing the death of his brother earlier in the week down in Louisiana. Decided the best place for him this weekend is with his teammates.
And he's working against Justin Miller, who never adjusts back to the football. Justin Miller just content to stay behind Reggie Wayne and never put himself in a position to make a play on the ball.
41-yard pickup on the play. This is Rhodes, right side, running room, and banged out of bounds at the 35. Back to Reggie Wayne. Funeral services still to be held, and a bunch of the Colts, including Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, and others, are going to make the trip down to Louisiana with Reggie for the services for his brother Rashad.
Yeah, they're going on Tuesday, and of course the locker room in many cases can be a real sanctuary for a player in Reggie Wayne's situation.
This is Rhodes.
Getting back and being with your teammates and kind of in that little protective cocoon that they provide can be really, really important.
Some people may question as to whether or not he should be here at all, and even the players said, you know, this is probably the best place for him.
He's back because he really wanted to be back.
Rhodes is in the backfield. First down. Play fake again. Manning with time. Going to go to the end zone. It is incomplete, just off the fingertips of Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison knew he was running out of real estate, and at the very end, he's going to start on Andre Dyson, okay? Taking it to the inside, and then it's a zone defense. Dyson pushes him off and turns him over to Eric Coleman. But he realized he was running out of field, slowed down, That was just an impossible catch to make and stay in bounds.
First time Harrison's been thrown at today. This is Rhodes. Rhodes, tried to spin back and spun right into Eric Barton.
It happens in the blink of an eye, but from a linebacker's perspective, that's one of those deals. He just spins, you know, he's framed up right there, whack, right into Eric Barton's shoulder.
It's one of those things that seemed like a good idea at the time, and listen to the crowd on 3rd and 8.
Peyton Manning pointing out the blitzers.
Manning gets protection, throws inside the 20-yard line, complete to Marvin Harrison. And a first down.
And I believe, is that Marvin's first catch of the day? That's Marvin Harrison's first catch of the day.
And we get the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Coach, have you seen this Coors Light Gridiron cooler box? All you gotta do is add ice. Pretty good, huh?
Brilliant, not just good, brilliant.
Coach, how many players did you trade for a cooler box?
9 of them. Both tackles, tight end, 1 guard, quarterback, running back, both receivers, and then a backup guy.
The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box, a case of go-anywhere plastic bottles and a ready-made cooler.
Coach, I'm thinking of coming to training camp next year.
You're spinning your wheels. Don't make the trip.
With more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher than Ford F-Series.
Hey, Jack. Dad? It looks like my old truck. Well, now it's your new truck. Wow.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
Good news, no more hassles with Wi-Fi hotspots. We're upgrading to Verizon Wireless, so you can work where you need to.
Bus in Boston?
Yes.
Car wash in Columbus?
Sure.
Ball in Memphis?
Yeah.
Rest stop in Raleigh?
Okay.
About a hot tub in Vegas, baby! Oh, yeah! Vegas, baby!
Well, can we?
Absolutely.
See you in Vegas.
Only one network gives you the broadband access card with America's most reliable wireless broadband network, Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Vegas, baby!
FedEx presents the Air and Ground NFL Players of Week 3. Mark Brunell completed 22 straight passes. Donovan McNabb threw for 296 yards. But with 340 yards, the winning quarterback from Week 3 was Brett Favre. Tatum Bell rushed for 123 yards. Willie Parker ran for 133. But Brian Westbrook was last week's winning running back with 164 total yards. Vote for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week at FedExFootball.com.
Tonight on a new cold case, a soldier survived the war in Iraq, but her homecoming was murder.
I thought it was going to be the start of a new life. Instead, it was the end.
Then, on Without a Trace, it's a case so hot, it will break all the rules.
You ready for this?
New episodes of Race, Case, and Trace, CBS tonight.
Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, the usual suspects, JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, have all the latest NFL scores and highlights, all coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Joseph Adai in the backfield behind Manning. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. On first down, Adai stood up at about the 17-yard line by Jonathan Vilma.
Boy, that was a textbook way to tackle a ball carrier by Vilma. Of course, Jonathan went to the Pro Bowl last year, and he has really developed into just a really fine linebacker in his 3rd year. Just one of the premier players at that position.
Manning. Wait, throws complete inside the 15 to about the 13, and we have a marker down. That's to Reggie Wayne. Now let's check the flag. Jerry Austin in extended conversation with his guys over this one.
People from both sides trying to plead their case from a distance.
That always works, doesn't it?
No, it never works. Crowd's booing, but let them try to get it right.
There's no foul on the play. The defender's hand was on the face mask. He did not pull it or turn it.
Well, we heard face mask.
No, he said didn't grab it, and he didn't.
Right. Justin Miller was the New York Jet involved.
So the crowd comes into it now from the 13-yard line. It's a 3rd and 4. And the clock is now under a minute. Manning to a dive out of the backfield. A dive inside the 10 and first down yardage. Justin Miller and Victor Hobson got there, but give a die credit for fighting to make the first down. Timeout on the field. We'll be back.
Let's say I retire at 64.
At 60.
58.
Let's say I leave my job in 5 years and start teaching.
We help the kids buy their first house.
Let's say healthcare costs double. We hold off tapping into our 401k. What would that look like?
Welcome to Envision with Wachovia Securities, a way of working with our financial advisors that starts with your life and plans your money around it. Are you with Wachovia?
.37 seconds on the clock. The Colts down to 1 timeout. The Jets have 2 remaining, and Manning comes back looking at a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
And that play, when it originally happened, I thought Adai was going to get tackled well short of a first down, but he made Eric Barton miss and really did a nice job of powering for the first down.
We've had several swings of momentum and emotion in this game.
Look at that cluster at the bottom.
Manning throws inside the 5 to about the 3 is Harrison.
So hard to defend when guys break in different directions from that cluster. And here go the Colts in a hurry.
This is a dive, and a dive powers his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that is where Peyton Manning and a veteran offense can make something unusual happen. They got up to the line and ran a play before the Jets even had a chance to get really set and dug in. Look at that. The Jets are still standing up. Some of them haven't gotten into their stance yet, and the Colts were already lined up, down, ready to go, and powered it into the end zone. That's just smart veteran football by the Indianapolis Colts.
Joseph Adai with his first rushing touchdown of his career. Gramatica adds the extra point with 16 seconds to play. We're tied, this time at 14.
You're on a mission to get an amazing new TV this year, but you want to be absolutely sure you pick the right one. Circuit City makes it simple. I guess you're just what I needed. That's what I needed. That's because we've got thousands of online customer reviews that rate the hot new stuff. And right now, get no interest for 24 months on all TVs $4.99 and up. Plus, get up to 10% off TVs, only at Circuit City. You're just what I needed.
Just 16 seconds remaining in this first half. Peyton Manning had a good long time to sit over there and contemplate things while the Jets put together a drive. Then he came back and put together a drive where he completed 5 out of 6 passes worth 68 yards and ended up in the Adai TD.
And 2 important things happened on those 5 completions. He got Reggie Wayne involved, and he got Marvin Harrison involved. Harrison didn't have a reception until that drive, but it all got started with the long pass over the middle to Reggie Wayne. So Manning kind of back in his comfort zone with his 2 main guys.
Gramatica's kick. Justin Miller from the 6. To the 30. Breaks it outside. To the 40. and out of bounds, close to midfield. Terrific return. Tim Jennings ran him out of bounds. 43-yard return with just 8 seconds for Pennington to work with.
Well, again, just a good job of realizing nothing going on in the middle and really not very aggressive coverage by the Colts. And there's a pretty good stiff arm. Watch this stiff arm right at the very end that he puts on Tim Jennings. And this gives the Jets a chance to maybe draw a penalty.
Gramatica didn't help his team with a line drive kick, and the coverage had no chance to get down and cover.
Well, remember, his opening kickoff was in the air, but it didn't go anywhere past the 20.
So Pennington with 2 timeouts with just 8 seconds on the clock. Steps inside a rush and another rush, and then down he goes at his own 46-yard line, courtesy of Robert Mathis. And that will do it for the first half. So Mathis finishes up with his second sack. That's the end of the first half. Colts and Jets tied at 14. Back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station.
Wednesday.
What's the psychology behind these DVDs?
It's a souvenir.
Put the weapon down.
New Criminal Minds. Then a new CSI New York starts off chilly.
Call an ambulance. Call 911.
You were stabbed with an icicle?
Our evidence is about to turn into a big pool of water.
And ends up downright cold.
You and I were into each other, but every time we're in the same room together...
I didn't mean for this to happen.
A new CSI New York after Criminal Minds, Wednesday.
2.5 Men, CBS Mondays.
Cardinal fans, you can be the difference on November the 2nd. 42,000 people, one voice, one color. Get yours exclusively at the Neutral Zone. Visit the Neutral Zone at 8003 Shelbyville Road or at our new location in the Blankenbaker Plaza.
Dick Lugar's programs have destroyed thousands of nuclear warheads and missile launchers, once dedicated to the destruction of cities like Indianapolis.
Thank goodness they didn't fire them, and thank goodness now they were asking me to help destroy them.
Dick Lugar continues to reach out around the world, bridging the divide in order to destroy weapons that threaten America's security.
I'm perpetually optimistic because I have seen crises met and overcome. I'm Richard Lugar, and I approve this message.
In a fiercely competitive automotive world, one company has taken the lead with American innovation, Ford. With 500, the safest car in its class, Fusion, J.D. Power's most appealing midsize car, Focus, 37 miles per gallon starting at under $14,000, and the legendary Ford Mustang. Now get low 0% financing for 60 months on most 2006 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ford, bold moves.
Cardinal fans, you can be the difference on November the 2nd. 42,000 people, one voice, one color. Get yours exclusively at the Neutral Zone. Visit the Neutral Zone at 8003 Shelbyville Road or at our new location in the Blankenbaker Plaza.
For live, local, late-breaking coverage of overnight news, turn to News Channel 32 in the morning.
Hi, I'm James Brown in New York. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, all the scores and highlights from Week 4. The Sprint Halftime Report coming your way next.
We don't have a body to prove a murder actually took place.
Details. We don't need a body.
That's true if you don't mind losing.
Thank you for the tip, because I forgot about that part of the first day of law school. You're a total freak.
So does that mean we're not grabbing a drink later? I don't even like you.
I don't like you either. Shark, new episode CBS Thursday after CSI.
Jets linebacker Jonathan Vilma is famous for plugging holes. But even he can't help every hurricane-ravaged family put their homes and lives back together, all by himself. Maybe you can give him a hand. Help the NFL and United Way rebuild communities. Find out how at unitedway.org.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.
And welcome back to our New York studios and the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm James Brown, along with Dan Shannon and Boomer. The score at halftime, all knotted at 14 apiece. Indianapolis and the Jets. And I know Boomer has to be pleased with Jericho Cotchery.
Yeah, but how about this? Dominic Rhodes, first out of the gate, you think, okay, Indianapolis is going to run away with this. But how about this catch and throw? I think Chad Pennington's arm looked just fine. And how about Jericho Cotchery? This kid has burst on the scene the last couple weeks. Look at that straight arm, in for a touchdown, 7-7. A great onside kick right here by the Jets. Mike Nugent, a perfectly placed onside kick. And then Kevin Barlow, 7 yards. Jets are in control, right? But a 2-minute drill right before the end of the first half leads to this Joe Adai right here, touchdown run. And now it is tied up. And I got to tell you, the Jets are showing some fight. They really are.
Cotchery's 3 receiving touchdown leads all wide receivers. Shannon.
Total domination by the Chargers. Here, Phillip Rivers up top. Malcolm Floyd, no relation to Pink Floyd. 31-yard touchdown, 7-0 San Diego. Steve McNair right back. Daniel Wilcox, 5-yard touchdown. 2 field goals by the Chargers, 13-7 at the half, JB.
All right, let's move along. Miami and Houston. Dan, some scintillating highlights.
And a big concern for Miami. This is the 3rd sack on a day for Dante Culpepper. They have 19 for the year. That's a problem. But Von Holiday comes back. He gets a sack for Miami on David Carr. Then Andre Johnson, he gets stripped by Will Allen. What a defensive play by this defensive back. Leads, he runs down, but not much going on here offensively. The score is 3-3. And that's a big concern, those sacks for Miami.
Miami, their first 3-game road trip since 1994. They're starting now. Miami, as we said, all 3. Vikings and Bills. They're the NFL's leading rusher. Willis McGahee with his first touchdown of the season, 7-3 on top of the Vikings there. Dallas at Tennessee. Boom.
Who's a rookie quarterback in this game? Drew Bledsoe. He's been in the league for 14 years. First offensive drive of the game, he throws an interception to Chris Hope. But then he comes back and he finds Terry Glenn for a 13-yard touchdown pass, and he passes yours truly on the all-time touchdown passing list. So.
He did?
Then he comes
what
back.
What number is
yeah,
that?
He did. I don't know. But then he comes back and he finds Terry Glenn
you do.
again.
Just tell everybody.
And
yeah,
he
you
finally
do.
calms down and he leads his team to a 14-6. Vince Young struggling a little bit as we thought he would be.
T.O., 3 receptions for 73 yards. Young has rushed 3 for 10 yards in that one. All right, Panthers glad to have Steve Smith back, his 2nd game, his first touchdown of the season, 7-3 on top of the Saints. Cardinals at the Falcons, 99-yard return by who, Shannon?
Adrian Wilson.
That's right, club record indeed, 10-9. Cardinals there, now it's 12-10. All right, San Francisco. Boy, is Kansas City getting healthy on San Francisco or what? 24-0 there. San Francisco has lost the last 2 meetings, comfortably ahead in that one. All right, folks, as we come back, we will preview our doubleheader coming up here on CBS when we consider and come back with the 3 guys who love each other. Consider that I think they love each other.
You're right, JB.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Power up.